I am a recovering Starwoodian, right? So yes, 2 years into the integration where Marriott purchased, and I want to be clear, it was not a merger, it was an acquisition. We are now the biggest hotel company in the world, and I was with Starwood. I led the western half of the U.S. and western Canada, all brands for Starwood, and now with this new opportunity with far more product in the West U.S., I have a product that's west of Texas all the way up and down the north and south of the United States. So it's been just a really great experience because this is my second acquisition where I'd like to come out on top once, but this is not going to be that opportunity because I was working for a company before, ITT Sheraton, when Starwood bought ITT Sheraton, and I survived that, and I'm very proud to say I'm 2 years on the other side of this, and I've been able to continue my residency here in the Great Northwest, and have really enjoyed all of the opportunities that have been introduced to through this integration, not the least of which is the technological changes. So thank you all for inviting me. And thanks, Shalmina Abji. She's the reason I'm here.
Wonderful. Carla, for you, this is a question the terminology I used, I've actually borrowed it from you only.
You borrowed it from me? Oh.
One of the earlier conversations. So, obviously, Charu referred about how challengers and disruptors are coming in the market, and one of the places they are really trying to shake in is in the hotel industry. And so, what is Marriott doing to disrupt the disruptors?
I did say that, didn't I? We are building a moat. And I will give that quote to my CEO, who I just heard speak about this yesterday to a whole group of our owners, but building a moat around our castle. And our castle is full of our currently 110 million guests that are part of our loyalty program, that for those of you who may be SPG or Marriott Reward members or Ritz-Carlton Reward members, it just merged on August 18th. So who all owns one of those cards? Okay, have you merged your accounts yet? Do it. You know what? You could do it on your phone right now. It's really easy. And yeah, that's why I'm really here. You can just go through, you can merge your accounts. But seriously, we're adding 1 million customers a month to our loyalty program. And because we are being disrupted by those familiar names that you know, and certainly our goal is to, at times we have a concept in London that for short-term rentals that we are testing as not that we're trying to disrupt Airbnb, but there is a space that we feel that we could occupy. So we have some different products that we're testing, but in the end, the hospitality industry, and in particular the hotel business, is very personal. None of these other businesses do you sleep with. You sleep with us, right? Your toothbrush is in our bathrooms. So I just want you to keep in mind that we provide a very personal experience, and no one can be more personal than we can be. But seriously, it is about that protecting the castle, protecting those customers for those that might want to disrupt our business. And the way that we are going to continue to disrupt the disruptors is through personalization and continue to provide service that you're not going to be able to receive elsewhere.
That's awesome. In fact, I heard in one of the forums, the CEO of Airbnb, when somebody asked him a question, what gives you sleepless nights? This is when Airbnb was only 8 years old. He said, the fear of getting disrupted. Right? So when they were still 8 years old. But
I'm glad they have fear about something.
Yes, of course. I think he has his head at the right place. But here suddenly I realized, because all those who are going to attend this roundtable have to have that mobile app on their phone. That will be the check, right?
Yes. Yes. And you better have your accounts merged. I think the ideal state, and Marriott is still working towards this, is that you're able to customize an offer based on past experiences to the customer and based on their trip persona. You heard a lot about customers travel for different reasons. They have different expectations when they travel. One expectation might be you want to have just a regular room when you're traveling on business, but when you're there with your family, you want the suite, you want the upgrade, you want the free breakfast. And so being able to put offers out to the market, to a customer that is as customizable as possible, that gets their attention, that if I'm traveling by myself, I might want this offer. If I'm traveling with my family, I might want this offer. And it is a work in progress. It's not something that is completely there by any means, but it's something that both Starwood and Marriott have been working on for about the last 8 years, is how can we make that marketing pitch more and more personalized, that you're telling someone that they want something before they knew that they wanted it.
Carla, to you. You know, I was reading about how in the integrated environment, you're leveraging AI and chatbots for things like digital check-in and all. So would you share with this audience how is Marriott leveraging technology to delight its customer?
Well, we have a bottler that will deliver your room service to you. But I think that is still a novelty, not something you find in 6,500 of our hotels.
To clarify, you're saying not bottle, bottler.
Bottler, yes. And so there are some novel things that we are using, but the real workhorse is about our enhanced reservation system, which is allowing customers now to choose what type of room they want, where they want it. There is about 12 different distinguishing characteristics, and ultimately that should grow to beyond 80, where you should be able to pick out what type of pillow you would want, what you want your lighting to be set at, how is the room configured, what should be in the refrigerator. So we are working that direction, but right now it's a pretty simple a selection process. If the customer wants to stay close to an elevator, high floor, low floor, what type of bedding they would want, that's what we're offering to our customer. The other thing that we're using is a software for our associates, because service is, technology has a partnership there, but technology should enable the service, to make the service to look like it was effortless and seamless, but it can't be creepy. You know, creepy service is where you call Mr. Jones and you say, "Hi, Mrs. Jones." Well, Mrs. Jones was here last week, but she's not here this week with Mr. Jones. She's different, right? So as a customer, you have to respect their privacy, but also be able to have enough information that allows you to interact with ease and to deliver the experience that they're looking for. So we do have enabling technology for our associates that was rolled out on August 18th for all of our hotels, where we are capturing more data and putting that information in the hands of the associate, appropriately so, not to invade their privacy, but rather to help us deliver on the service experience.
Yeah, and I think these experiences are changing because we don't have to, especially with digital check-in, in some of the property there are digital keys as well. So you don't need to get into the line to check in. You get your bills, everything in your account. So that saves a lot of time. With all these changes happening, there will always be some technology gaps that exist. So as respective business leaders in your organization, what technologies did you wish you had to address some of the business challenges that you're faced today with? In other words, for your industry, what kind of technology gaps exist? And this could be, a direction and opportunity for a lot of entrepreneurs who are sitting here. So why don't I start with you?
This is like my wish list, right?
Kind of, yes.
Okay. My wish list would be about talent, and how do we find associates that are dedicated to the hospitality industry, and how can you create a technology where you can find that talent, deploy that talent, and do it efficiently. We have several markets throughout the western U.S. where we can't find enough people to work. And if we had more of a sharing type of an opportunity where the associate can work here one day, go to another, sort of the taking a page out of Uber's model, but when you talk about scheduling across multiple business units, what does that look like? And the most critical piece here is that they have a commitment to hospitality. That would be my wish.